Hey, what's going on? What's going on with you? I already know what it is. It's been a while, but we coming back to you once again. We got a couple dope poets up that's gonna come up and just chill and vibe with us, man. Look, it's sad. No, look, I'm so used to saying it's Saturday, it's Sunday, man. Look, Saturday was a long day. Hey, we got some stuff done, but look, we here to spit poetry on this great Sunday. They say it's the first day of the week. Some say it might be the seventh, but we're gonna debate that later. But we got some dope poets that's going on, and most of these poets, well, not say mostly, all these poets are in the Poetry Life League. We're gonna talk about the league. We're gonna talk about their expectations. We're gonna talk about who they are and what they poetry about. So we're gonna really get deep into they poetry, and we can really hear some dope words from each one of these individuals. When I say all these poets are fire, they are fire, and y'all gonna hear it. Y'all gonna hear it. We got Purpose, we got Case Fast, Allie the Poet, Shorty Rock. Hey, we rocking, we rocking, we rocking. Hey, we got a lot of poets, but I'm gonna bring up one poet real fast, man. I gotta hear his material real quick. So, I'm gonna bring up my boy Case Fast in the building, man. What's
What's the
going
deal? What's
on?
the deal?
Hey, what's going on with you, man? Let me go ahead and give you some applause for jumping on the stage, man. You know, first time coming on the stage, man. We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
So, man, let's get into your poetry. No, tell the people who you are, where you're from, and what you do, man.
So, I'm K Spaz. I'm from Chicago, 26.
Mm.
I started writing poetry in sixth grade. I was able to take it serious in eighth grade. Do something called After School Matters out here in Chicago. Was able to really take it serious then. We did all original work. We did shows. We planned our own shows and stuff like that in the community and stuff. Um, I,
Okay,
s-
okay.
I did that for like 5, 6 years. Um, I ended up becoming an intern for it. Uh, Left. I stopped writing in like 2019 for real. Um,
Mm.
Actually, my biggest accomplishment so far was I got to perform in front of the Hamilton play. As it was a senior challenge, so I was able to perform on the stage, meet the cast, and be backstage though. So that was dope. 2,000 people with that one. Um, but yeah, um, started. I took a while off. Uh, and that's where some of my poetry come from, my newer experiences, and most
Okay.
of the rest of it just be like stuff, whatever I think about. But yeah, I got on stage January 1st this year, performed that
Okay.
for right about now, earlier in February. Plan on performing at the next one in June. So yeah, that's pretty much a quick rundown of me.
Okay, okay. That case pass, man. We got another poet coming up, man. We got Shorty Rock, rock with me. Hey, what's going on, Shorty Rock?
How you doing tonight, TK? Hi, K Spaz.
Hey, man. Tell the people who you are and where you're from and what you do.
My name is Shorty Rock. I come out of North Carolina. Aggie Pride. I am a poet, a mother, and all around superwoman. That's it.
Okay, okay, okay. That's Shorty Rock, man. We got Allie the poet, poetry, Allie poetry. Let me get that right. My bad, my bad. Don't kill me, man. Allie poetry. Welcome to the stage. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Tell the people who you are and where you from and what you do.
I am a poet from Ohio, small town Ohio.
Mm,
I am a wife, a mother. I would
okay.
say most of my poetry is erotic based, but I am, getting out of that groove a little bit more. So
Okay.
the league and everything would be a great challenge for me. What
Look, we
about
like
you?
challenges. Hey, challenges make you better. If you never challenge yourself, you never grow. Hey, that's one thing I know. But that's Alley poetry, man. We got one more poet. One more poet that I want to grace the stage with. Purpose. We gonna bring Purpose up to the stage one time.
Hey yo.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, I love your name, Purpose.
Thank
We
you.
we we gonna have to dive into why you chose that name, Purpose. But tell the people who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
My name is Sherry Purpose Hall. I am from Kansas City, Missouri. I do arts and mental health. Um, yeah, that's it. That's what I do.
Okay. Okay, man. These are the poets of Poetry Life Lee. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. Hey, man, we gonna get into some conversation. But before we get into some conversations, we gotta hear from Case Pass, man. I've been hearing so much. Shorty Rock say like you one of the ones, man. So man, I had to give you center stage, man, and let you go ahead and rock out one time.
All right, thank you. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm gonna give y'all this piece. So what I got on is a hoodie from Pen Flow. I perform at Pen Flow every Wednesday. Um, I can get y'all their Instagram page so y'all will be able to tap in with us on Wednesday. Um, they have a topic that they release 30 minutes before we supposed to meet up. We only perform what we write based on the topic that was given. So this particular week, it was puppet, and this was my presentation of it. And I just titled it puppet. Hey, come here, nigga. Better yet, hey, shorty, check it out. I need you to do me a favor. Just give me your brain. Appreciate it, soldier. Hey, y'all, we got us another one. Let's clap it up for Sir No Brain, because that's his name. Now, nigga, I need you to understand this. From this day on, you will never be the same nigga. Anything you say can and will be under my control. So when I tell you to jump, just jump. Don't ask how high. Don't look down and don't look up. Just know it's gonna feel like you flying, but I got you. This is no longer a favor. This is a lifelong commitment, marriage. Only difference, there's no pen, nor ink, or paper for you to sign on. No dotted lines. It's so soulful how you just became so soulless by giving me your fucking brain. Now, this is a contract. And the only way for you to get out is to die. And I'm not gonna let that happen so quick. So before you do that, let's get rich. See, I give you a platform to expose your face in exchange for the nickel and dime hustle. Then without warning, boom, boom, then and without thought, it's nothing for me to make you jump to go get them. You can't even think. Damn, if I throw away my shot, you perform good enough in these streets and I may come and get you, but no guarantee. Remember, you gave your brain to me and think about this. Damn, dummy, you can't. I would say the broad you got giving me brain too, but she ain't even got it, so it's just mouth. I'll come get you out. You started praying. Salute. And for what? Because lean is not on your understanding, but more on how you can't operate without me. Because when I move, you move. Just like that, the strings I pull, young pup, are so good. They make it seem like it's your natural movement, but you not living that life. You can't live that life like it's golden because it is not authentically you, my nigga. You just the nigga I use, my nigga. Just the broad and the broad that's loving you don't see you for you, my nigga, because of the moves that I am able to make you move. Like at my discretion, the action to take creation and try to procreate the way I make you walk it like you talk it, the way I had you strategically maneuver through street maneuver, but that was never really you, and it's nothing true. So remember that I brought you in this world, and I'll take you out with no strings attached. That's peace.
Man, that's fire.
Appreciate it.
That was fire. That's okay. Okay. I see what she's talking about. I see what she's talking about, man. You know, Shorty Rock, you was telling the truth. Hold on. Let me get some applause. Let's get some cheers in here, man. You know, look, that was fire.
Thank
That was fire, man. Look, so let's get into you real quick, real quick. Y'all can unmute. Y'all can unmute, man. Let's have a little conversation real quick, man. You know, so what submitted you to be a poet?
you. In sixth grade, the very first piece I wrote, was it was an I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to be 27. I don't remember what the fuck I wrote then, but when the response that I got from it, that everybody was like, "Man, that was wrong." I like that. People was telling me I should do that, so I kept at it. And when I had started the After School Matters program, uh, I started off as what they call sleeping giant.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for like a year into it, they they was I was like one of the top 3 in the program.
Okay, so my question to you: how did you find your style? Like each poet had their own individual style. How did you find like, okay, this is the style that I'm gonna go with?
I think I kind of always been the aggressive type, and how I came across it is just my performance. That's how I perform. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's a difference between a reader and a performer. Because if I'm
Okay.
gonna perform, I'm trying to evoke emotion, and I know the power of my voice when I know how to change my work my inflection. I know how to do every, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So uh, just people telling me like, man, you so powerful, you come out powerful. That's what made me stick with being the
So
aggressive
what
one.
was that your first style, or did you had a different type of
Yeah,
style? So that was your first style?
yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Oh, that's fire. Purpose.
Yeah.
I gotta know about the name first before we get into your poetry. I gotta know why you chose purpose.
That was God given.
Okay.
My first name, some poets go through a whole bunch of stage names. My first stage name was Delilah.
Mm,
I started doing poetry actually as a gospel poet.
mm,
And it was all gospel. And well, I'm talking about performance poetry. Let me correct that. As in spoken word. And Delilah was a fluke because a dude tried to talk to me at a gas station. I told him my name was Delilah. And he told
mm.
me, no, it's not. I said, yes, it is. D apostrophe Lilah. Made it up. Just be making stuff up with an apostrophe and everything. And then that became my poetry name. And then my mentor, Ed Spoken Vision Rollins, he's like, we went to like the umpteenth church. He's like, hey, dog, I can't keep calling Delilah up to the stage, man.
That is kind of wild. I ain't gonna hold you. Delilah, come up
I had
here.
this whole thing like I'm taking the E out of Delilah. Like, no, you're not, ma'am. No, ma'am, you're out of order. So yeah, we prayed about it one night, and yeah, purpose came, and that just stuck. It just stuck, and it's been like that since at least 2008.
Okay, okay. But since you the first, first time being on the stage, you have to, grace the stage with at least one poem real quick, man. You got one poem that you can spit for us?
I suppose I can do a thing right fast,
Okay, okay, okay. Let me go ahead and give you the center stage, man. It's all on you. Let's go.
Okay. If you have never loved an emotionally unavailable person, I mean, have you even loved? Like, have you ever? You old, normal, non-abusive love people ain't got my love. My love is Sunday morning. I'm not tired yet. Lifted hands of praise with hellfire and brimstone in return. My love is Timex, timeless. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. My love is kiss me and I'll kiss you back. Smack me and I'll take you back. Abandon me and I'll still be here. Ever present, like God. Exhausting. Because I am not God, but this emotionally unavailable person wants to see how far I can stretch. Ask me to keep on reaching and reaching, never reaping the reward of being in touch. Do you even love if you have only ever loved people that never hurt you? Vow to never hurt you again and actually keep promises. Do you even love if your self-worth hasn't been scattered and you still trying to put it back together without trauma bonding? Do you even love if you don't know if you are holding on to your self-image or broken promises? If you are not able to cut a stake with your serrated heart, your hardened heart has broken enough to become the tool of change in another. Your heart is metamorphic, and after being mined, is used as the marble floor. They walk all over, and they just want you to clear the slate like automatically, like they ain't pressed you under fire, made you jump through hoops of fire. My love language is obstacle course, jungle, survival of the fittest, but I ain't fit enough for this. I told myself never again, but I'm still here. Said I was leaving after the last time my heart was bombed, raided, but my love is roaches, getting stomped on and still getting pregnant. My love is roaches, scattering at the light, retreating into the darkness. My love is roaches, flamed up in smoke till ash and disintegrated, leaving me depleted in my love a high. My love is started from the bottom, and now it's still a bottom. But here y'all all in love, loving the idea of love lovers are. And here I am questioning love and me and it and my future in it. And maybe you don't know how to love. And maybe I don't know how to love. And maybe we ain't so different, or maybe we are very different, because I know what my love is, but you fully know what real love isn't.
Look, that was fire. Look, if you only can see my facial expressions behind the scenes, like, hold on, let me look. Let's get some. Yeah, let's turn up one time, man. You know, let's turn up one time. She went off. Man, off is not even. Can you turn something beyond off? Like you went off. Who told you to spit like that? Like,
go.
You say my love language is an obstacle course? You was saying, look, you was in so many pockets. Like, then you had a switch where you just turned it on, and it was like fire.
I appreciate that.
Fire. Let's get into that. How you find your style? Let's talk about your style. How did you find your style, your rhythm, your flow?
I still don't think I have, to be quite honest. I don't like to be pigeonholed into anything. I love styles. I love form. I like to study. I'm a geek, and I write things out of the abundance of knowledge and study, right? So even in the last poem, it's a geeky poem, right? Because I'm up here talking about metamorphic rocks and foolishness like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can spit something totally different in a different way. So I like to keep it fresh for me, but I don't like to be like anybody else, if that makes sense.
Right.
I don't want it to be boring.
It's definitely not boring. It's definitely not boring. It's from point A to point Z. Like, you kept my attention from point A to point Z. It wasn't no drop off. It wasn't no let off. Like, you was spazzing. K-Spaz, she was spazzing. Look, man, we got a poet I want to bring up to the stage, man. Poet without apology. Poet without apology. Hey, what's going on with you, man?
Hey, how we doing?
Hey, we up here speaking poetry, spitting poetry. You know how we do it on the weekends.
Oh yeah. Shout out to the last poet. That was fire. That was fire.
Look, did she go off?
She went off.
When you entertain?
I was.
Look.
She did some Tokyo Drift shit.
look. She went off, man. Hey, Alley Poetry. You another newbie on the platform. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing good. That was amazing. She said, I think I can do a little something. That was a big something.
Look, big something. Big flex. You know, she was in that big flex. And hey, look, I enjoyed it. Like, that was fire. Man, yeah. So look, let's get into Alley Poetry. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Look, so how did you get into poetry, or how did poetry find you?
It started in 8th grade in junior high, in my English class writing, and my teacher put me in a group or a competition called Power of the Pen.
Mm.
And so from there, I didn't win or anything, but from there, I gravitated towards writing, and it's always been a great stress reliever for me. So
Okay,
that's why I
okay,
do it.
okay. So, do you feel like there's any growth then from you started and the where you at now, like for as your pen, your writing, your creativity?
Oh, for sure. There's been so much growth, and
Mm.
one of the things I do on Facebook, I have a group called Allie's Ink Pen, and we do prompts every day, usually to a picture, or sometimes I'll throw out a different prompt. But that group, the participation is amazing, and just reading and writing every day has helped just grow my pen every day. It's just learning new things, learning how to say new things. I love the challenges.
Okay, okay, okay. So, man, look, I need to hear one of those poems you got. You got one ready for me?
I do,
Or
I
for
do.
not just for me, for us. You have one ready for us. Oh, where'd she
Yes,
go?
I do. Yes, I
Okay,
do.
okay, okay, okay.
All right.
Look, let me go ahead and give you center stage and let you go ahead and rock the mic one time.
All
Alley
right.
Poetry, it's on you.
Okay, here we go. Do you mind if I dig deeper into you? I'm curious, but I really need to be cautious because I'm already caught up in this mysterious rapture of wondering what it is about you. Do you mind if I try to find the reason why I can't stop thinking about you and that smile, the way you speak? I just want to dive into your ocean of words and drown in your sound. Will you save me? Wrap your arms around me and tell me exactly what inspires you. Because when I read you, I need you to understand that I really feel you and the way you compose my heartbeat to make the sweetest sounds. Do you mind if I star in your next poem and sit amongst your thoughts? Watch as you make love into life with just one press of the tip of your pen. The creation, your art is everything I want to know about you. Do you mind if I ask you why you write? And if you are a poet, what do you call yourself? Do you mind if I find out for myself? The person behind the name? Will you show me? In peace.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, I like your calmness. Hey, man, let me get to the applause real quick, man. Let me get to the applause real quick, man. I can't get there fast enough. Yeah, hey, shout out to Alley Poetry. Shout out to Alley Poetry Fire.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, question: what be going through your mind when you write? Like, what place do you be at when you just sit down? Like, okay, I'm gonna write this piece.
My mind is all over the place
Mm,
sometimes, and that's why I'm trying to write down these thoughts. This poem came from a prompt that I threw out in my group, and the prompt was, "Do you mind if I?" So when I'm sitting there, I'm just trying to think of just different thought, just whatever runs to my head. I'll write it down and try to surround thoughts around that. If it works, it works. If it don't, pitching it
mm.
on to the next thought. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
A poet with apology. What's going on with you?
Oh, not much. I'm taking it easy tonight, so I'm actually actually here to hear some poetry
Hey,
and
we got some dope poets up here, man. Have you not been entertained?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Did you get to hear K Spaz?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look. We got some spitters up here. Hey, Shorty Rock.
Oh, actually, no, I hadn't heard K Spaz. No, I heard uh what's her name? Sherry Purpose.
So you start
the last
Alley.
two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey man, you gotta hear K Spaz, man. But we gotta hear from Shorty Rock. Shorty Rock sitting in the corner, kind of quiet. Shorty Rock, where you at? Are you there? Hello?
Of course I'm here.
Okay. Act like you know, man. Hey, look, I thought you was being shy for a second.
Oh, no. I'm just patient. There's a whole nother poet in front of me. I'm patiently waiting my turn.
Okay. Well, Shorty Rock, give the people an introduction about who is Shorty Rock. You got to center stage. It's on you.
Isn't there a whole gentleman in front of me? How can I possibly take someone else's turn? You want my intro piece? You want my intro piece, or you want something new?
Hey, whatever you feel. What do you feel right now?
How
do you feel?
I feel like giving you something new.
Let's get it.
All right. So this is Rock and Chaos. Por favor, perdóname. Please forgive me. There's something wrong with me. I swear the doctors don't listen, but that could be just because I'm black or a woman. I feel so mentally drained. Amnesia or dementia seem like a welcoming invitation or intervention to forgetting the memories of you, that it's okay to not be okay. What was common no longer makes sense. Left can't make a right, up lost its way to trying to find down. Everywhere wishes it could be found anywhere in the world with Carmen or Waldo. Acknowledgement of the cerebral cortex malfunctions to the innate ability to want to control the urges to slap the taste out of your mouth, to control the urges to beat something into you, or at least knock the stupid out of the ridiculous ideas of self-entitlement. To get straight in a padded room where infections won't hurt anyone and lightning won't strike twice. To only feel crooked in a race to never come first, or at least dying to just place. No tengo pelos en la lengua. No hair on my tongue. My filter is broken. Patience is at an all-time low, at its wit's end with excuses, and being so full of sugar, honey iced tea is pathetic. The amount of resentment building, it's a pressure pot about to pop. This lifetime lifeline is hardening me into something unknown. To capsize in the wake of this benevolent misogyny is crazy. Déjame en paz. Leave me alone. Learning to never be heard, to really only be able to speak only if words come in the form of a poem. Compiling the alphabet as fast as Davis and Hines tap dance across the stage to fulfill your needs as always. Being positive to satisfy you, only the reciprocated energy is negative. Leaving the repulsion to tame me into civility. Did you know that to be a poet, a bleeding heart must reign sovereign? You must know how to eat stress daily. Struggle. Handle it like it's nourishment. Be comfortable with being used for your energy, a well to siphon from. And no one refill you. No one pour into you. That to be a poet, the most welcoming hug is that of a tear-soaked pillow, which is never allowed to hug you back. That no one really cares. You are only there because you serve a purpose, a need, a want, a craving, a desire. After that, you are dismissed. That we are quicksilver. We were never meant to be caged. To understand that the world may stack the deck against us, that emotions are the most damning thing in the ninth circle of hell. Isolation is bedmates to depression. Tears and sobs are what etch the ink till pages shred like confetti, creating the rain to flood all the hurt away. To be a poet, you must fully comprehend how to have a pillar of salt at your back. To be a poet, you must have a shot at life, a story of trauma, for this is a life of strife. In order to write peace.
Hold up. Fire. fire. Y'all see the fire in the background. You know it's fire. It's fire. Quicksilver was never meant to be Cage. Look, I don't think y'all was listening. Was y'all listening? She was going off. And look,
I was definitely listening.
Shorty, your performance is getting top tier. Your delivery, you there. You are a lot better since the first time I heard you. Your elevation and growth, and especially in your delivery, your tone is crazy. From the time frame that when I first met you until now, your delivery is getting top tier. It's up there. So, question for you, Shorty Rock.
Yes,
What did you feel like you had to change in your delivery?
I'm just got angry. I'm saying I just felt like I expanded and just went everywhere. I just learned how to play with my pen. I let my pen have more freedom.
Okay. So look,
I learned how to trust my pen. I learned how to trust me. I learned how to let go. That's all I had to do. Stop thinking so much.
look, and that is a good question that I have for y'all. When is a time that you felt like you didn't trust your pen and you should have trusted your pen? Is there any moments in your writing where you like, I should have just went with my first mind, trusted my pen, instead you went in another direction?
Plenty of times for me.
Or is it like, how important it is to trust your pen overall?
I always trust my pen. I don't always trust my decision making in front of the audience. That's it. What it is. Sometimes, like, I might be given words to say, like, "Hey, say this," divinely, and be like, "Nah, I practice this. I'm gonna do this," and then get in front of people and say my crap backwards, like I ain't even write it myself. Like, you looking like a fool because you were supposed to say something else for this people, because poets are mouthpieces, prophets. Like, regardless of what you're saying, whether it's comedic, whether it's fight the power, whether it's erotic, whatever it is, that audience at that time needed that. And if you were supposed to say that at that time and you like, nah, I don't trust it, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, I done made a fool of myself a few times. Let's just say it that way. I don't think there's a poet alive who hasn't, though.
No, that's a fact. That is a fact.
I'm saying I'll agree with her with that, because I've had people tell me, "Oh, I should write this way, or I should write that way, or I should write for the audience." I've never written for the audience. I've always written for me. I've never written for the audience. I don't even know how to begin to write for the audience. So that would be completely a whole different way to write for me. I wouldn't even know how to angle that. I write for me entirely. So I have no idea how to begin to even go in that direction. I don't even know how to follow directions when it comes to a prompt. You can give me a prompt. I'm going to twist it however way I want to. I don't follow the directions on what you tell me to write. I twist every prompt to the way I want to. I read it how I want to. So good luck with that. I see it how I want to. I don't follow anybody's rules. So yeah.
So
good luck with that.
So the freedom of your pen, like not being restricted to, okay, I know this type of crowd, or let me say this because I know I probably get a reaction. You just let it flow. Whatever comes to your mind or whatever you feeling, you just let it flow.
What do they say? Just let go. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Yeah.
So what process do y'all have, or what's a hard time to write for y'all? Is it when you're happy, or when you're upset, or you're emotional? What is the hardest time for you to write? What emotion is hard for you to just like buckle down and write?
I don't think I got an emotion that'll keep me from writing. I think my emotions nowadays do more encouragement from writing.
For me, it's just more when I'm physically exhausted. So not anything really in my mental. It's just more of
Mm.
a physical time when I
But
have trouble.
but you know what though, with me, I'm kind of like the opposite. When I'm tired and I just need to relax and stuff like that, that's when I write. That's when I find like the perfect time when I like, even like when I'm coming home from work and I'm dog tired and I need to just relax. Me writing, I don't know, it just caused me to be out of my mind for a second. So I guess when when I'm really tired, I'm like, okay, let me get some stuff off my chest, because let me relax, and that kind of helped me relax during the night and stuff like that. Just a couple of lines here and there, nothing major, just like recapping my day. I might seen something that intrigued my mind to write something about. So look, question: have y'all just seen something and okay, I'm gonna write something about that? Like one time I was sitting in the park and I seen a balloon flying, and that just sparked my interest in just to write about that balloon.
I'm a geek, a whole nerd. So it depends on what it is. It depends on if it sparks a thought process. So I'm a
Mm,
concept writer. So for example, when Crown Royal Vanilla came out, the foolishness that happens in my brain, because I think a little different, I looked at it and looked at the commercial and saw people wearing all this cream, but you know what
mm,
color Crown Royal is. I'm like, and it finally hit me. I'm like, huh.
mm.
And I started looking up vanilla and the process it takes to make vanilla. When I tell you I'm a true to form nerd. And you know what I'm saying? And then looking up that process, oh, okay, this is how you make vanilla. This is where vanilla comes from. Only 10% of the world's vanilla is actually vanilla. The rest of it is used vanillin. Because the thing that made it to me, like, why is everybody always wearing cream for vanilla when a vanilla pod is black?
Mm.
And that was the thought that struck me. I was like, huh?
I ain't know
Like, and I
that.
don't know why it took me that long to even have that thought, because I cook, because vanilla pods are black. And from there came a whole poem, but it took hella for that poem to come, because the first part is the research, and then I start writing, and then it looks like an essay, and then I have to pull the art out of that.
Okay.
But that's sometimes some of the process. Others, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. So other people might see a flower and be like, "Oh, a haiku." I don't know. I'm strange.
So look, so how much of your poetry that you had to sit down and buckle down and just get through when you didn't want to write? Like, just say if you had a writer's block, did you try to fight through it and just press it through, or did you like, okay, let me let this simmer down, let me come back to it? How do you handle writer's block?
Uh, me, I I do instrumental music.
Mm,
Um, anything with a saxophone, anything with a guitar. Um, no words. Absolutely no words. It's forbidden. It's the only way I can get through writer's block.
So, do music help a lot of y'all write your poetry, or do you need a quiet place? Which one is better for y'all? K Spaz, music or a
Oh,
silent place?
uh, s- silent place
Silent place. Why?
because like I don't. A lot of the times I don't hear music that's related to what I be writing about. So you know what I'm saying. Sometimes music it give me lines when I can reference the song, but
Okay.
it don't. It's not always an inspiration for why I would write something.
Okay. So you like just quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. Purpose. What about you? Music or peace and quiet?
Yes. It just depends on the day and the mood and the song, or what's going on, because I'm kind of eclectic, so it just depends. Um, it, it also depends on the assignment and how disciplined I am at that moment and where my mind is.
Okay. Poet without apology. This is the same question, but I'm gonna twist the words a little bit. In your poetry, would you rather have it no music or silence? When you spit, like if you have any instruments behind your poetry, would you rather just spit your poetry silently or have music behind it?
Um, I would say no music. Um, Mainly because my poetry doesn't necessarily have a. I have cadences that I intentionally break and uh, change, and I think sometimes music has a a melodic rhythm to it that can't always keep up with the changes.
Okay.
But I have put music to some of my poems. Um, but I think sometimes, or at least for me, just the poem itself is it's I tell stories,
Okay.
so uh, I think just hearing the poem itself, uh, it stands on its own.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Allie Poetry. This is a
Yes.
question for you.
Okay.
Is it important for you to have music in your poetry versus it be silent? Which one would you lean more to? The music or just the spoken word with just silence?
I am going to have to go with silence for now. Now, I
Mm,
love the way that poetry sounds to music, but for me, I just started reading my poetry.
mm.
I am, for the most part, would call myself a page poet, trying to break out into, performing. But so for me, the music for me for now would be a little overwhelming for me. So I'm
Okay,
just gonna start
okay.
out with the silence.
But you know what's so crazy that when we spit out poetry without music, we all have our own rhythm. Like
Mm,
it's amazing that like I have a couple of industry buddies and they saying poetry is not part of entertainment and it's not looked upon like exciting and anything like that. But with poetry, our words come with a certain rhythm. A lot of these artists they need music to formulate their rhythm or their pattern and stuff like that. But with poetry, we create our own rhythm. We create our own rhyme.
mm.
So how important it is to have that rhyme pattern in your poetry, K Spaz? Because you have a
Uh,
crazy rhyme pattern, like your cadence is crazy. So how important it is to have that cadence in it.
I honestly feel like poetry is non-structured.
Mm,
I never started off as a rhyming poet. I never started off as a rhyming poet, and as of late, I've been using it uh, as another literary device. But I always tried to be like not always rhyming, but now I'm rhyming. So, but yeah, I'm really like a free form.
okay, so which one poem that you have? Do you have a poem where you're not kind of rhyming in it? Cause sometimes I go through certain lines where I'm not rhyming, I'm just really talking really heavy, and it's not really rhyming, but it's about making points. Getting your point across, hitting those
BBD,
points.
It's
BBD.
Oh, shorty, you got one for him?
No, I'm talking about K-Spaz, BBD.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
but no, that one does rhyme.
No, it doesn't. It's just a verbal assault of your tongue, and you talk really heavy. Or what is that? Sod.
Uh, yeah, that rhyme too.
do
Not
y'all?
It'd
too
be
much.
hard.
Or what
It'd be
about the
hard
one
to
for your
find one that
daughter?
don't. It's areas in that where I do that too. It's crazy. Late, like I say, like this year, I've been using it up. I done kind of got away from being free form, and I don't like that. It's annoying.
Mm. Look, I got a question for y'all.
Yes.
Do y'all have one poem where it was the hardest poem that you had to write?
I got a couple of those.
Yeah, I got a few of those.
Okay, so Shorty Rock, why was it hard for you to write it?
Um, I have one that was hard because it was just basically it was basically a confessional. One that is um it was just it's because it was a confessional. Like I had to be honest with myself and tell the truth and go through my life and really re-examine my own life with everything that I've been through. So that was kind of eye opening. And then what? I just finished one, and that is how many pages is this? Jesus. Hold on, I'm on the wrong page. One, two, three, 4 pages. Yeah, that one I just
Mm,
finished. And
you was writing.
yeah, so that one was just finished, and now I'm officially up to what 55 poems right now. So, oops.
K Spaz, let me ask you the same question. What is one poem that you felt like it was hard for you to write? Like it was hard for you just to just get through it.
Uh, the piece I got about my pops, um,
Mm,
and that was hard because of the emotional attachment that's behind it. Something like this. It was the most traumatizing because for a long time, I thought that I never wrote about it. I found out in I believe February or March that I actually did start a piece for it.
mm,
And when I read it, when I read it, I cried. And going to like thinking about going back to make some changes and pulling stuff from other places in my archive, like it was it was it was kind of rough. But yeah, the piece about my pops because of the emotion behind
So,
it.
so how did it make you feel when you finished it?
I don't even think I personally don't feel like it's finished. And I ain't gonna lie.
Mm,
And when I think about that, I be like, damn, bro, 'cause it's like I want this to be like my most memorable piece. Out of
mm,
anything people hear from me, I want this piece to be the most immaculate piece of work ever made. And that's why I
mm.
feel like I'm gonna forever be like, man, no, this ain't good enough.
Purpose. I'm gonna ask you the same question. What is the hardest poem that you had to write through?
Um, I don't have one hardest. I have a few
Mm,
because I I write about such serious subject matter. I've only recently been able to write more lighter poetry, comedic poetry, more variants. But like me writing about doing activism, writing domestic violence, molestation. I recently wrote about, Black women and parents and suicide.
mm,
You know,
I need to hear that. I need to hear that one. I need to hear
like
that one.
all of that kind of stuff. Those, it's not just the subject matter, but the personal attached to it. Like even the molestation one was my the real experience of me being in the birthing room with my goddaughter and her having PTSD. You know what I'm saying? While she's trying to push a child out. And I had to write that, but it took me over a year to be able to say it outside. But I knew it had to be said. And now, even to today, I don't say that poem outside until something gets pulled on me to say it. And every time I say it outside, somebody comes up to me and discloses. They say, like, hey, I just told my parents that I was molested. I just, thank you for saying that. But it's such a heavy poem, even right now, to say that I know that I said it for a reason. I got permission to say it and all that stuff, but it was heavy to write, heavy to memorize. I could only recite it to one person inside of a car in the dark. You know what I'm saying? The first time, and then put it away for a year. Like it's wild.
Look, those pieces, like Shorty Rock, you heard the one that I said was hard for me to write, and I can tell you when I got done with it, it was like a big burden lifted off of me. And just to say, like, perfect, when you said people come up to you and tell you, how it affect them and stuff like that, or yeah, me too. That's why I say as poets, we have a very important job as writers. Because what we write about, it shines a light on other people. And it liberates other people to figure out, okay, if she got through it, I can get through it too as well. But just think about if you never wrote that piece. Those people that you connected with would never even got that chance to hear that and connect with your poetry. Like, and that's why I'm saying, like, with us, we have to write. We have to get our material out there because there's people that are gonna resonate to you and be like, yeah, I feel like this person understands me. I didn't have people, come to me like, I feel like in your poetry, you understand me. And we start having a conversation, start talking and stuff like that. And this is like our poetry. That's why I call it poetry life, because poetry changed people's lives, knowingly or unknowingly. There, Kate Spaz, when you go up there and you talk your talk, there's people connecting with you. There's people that's like, man, like he talking to my soul. We kind of like pastors and preachers up there.
And I got a request, if K Spaz wouldn't mind checking his email before we leave. I got a request if he could practice that one and try to read it to me before we leave.
Okay. Oh, we got requests in the building.
Okay, let me know.
But
that's
got to come off with a real attitude, like real disrespectful type attitude, like go fuck yourself attitude.
So look, I'm gonna ask a question. Everyone, do everyone on here got at least one other poem that they can spit real quick?
Oh, bet.
Okay.
It's plenty more where that come from.
Okay.
We do this all night on the TikTok. We do this all night.
Okay. So look, I'm just go ahead and jump it off and start it off, man. And after me, I want we're gonna go in the order of me, Alley Poetry, Shorty Rock, Poe Without Apology. I know you just came to listen, but man, you just can't listen, man. You're gonna have to spit some of that poetry, man. You just can't be here just listening, sucking up all this good poetry. We need to hear from you, Poetry Without Apology. Hey, I don't need no apology. I just need you to spit your poetry, man. Then after, Poe with Apology, we got Purpose, and we gonna end with Case Pass until then. And after that, if anybody else want to go, hey, we can catch the flow. But let me go ahead and jump it off with this one. This one is my rendition of Maya Angelou, Still I Rise. And my version is called Still I Rose. Here we go. As I sit at the park, watching my children play without a care in the world, flying kites, balloons, just drifting away. Had me thinking about my childhood, how I never had the opportunities or amenities, never no pleasantries. Just days laying in that grass, looking at these pleasant trees. Just thinking how my life would be. I never thought in a million years that I have all these fucked up memories. See, they told me I was gonna amount to nothing. And I said, nothing? Well, that's something. I never believed what I was told. Yes, I found out the world was cold. But then that's when I realized it was the perfect time for me to grow like a flower, breaking through concrete and metal. Still I rose. Up against all the odds, even better had against myself. Still I rose. Against all my naysayers, down players, hi haters. Still I rose like my children's balloon just drifting away with no destination. Like me, I had to get away. It didn't matter where I was or where I was at. I just knew I had to find my way. See, that's a different type of journey, but still I rose like Jesus on the third day. Yeah, I had to die too. But not physically, but mentally. To see I can grow spiritually. See what's a hex on me. So I had to drop to my knees and pray to the Most High to cure me. And he did it instantly. That's why I don't doubt myself, because I overcame my adversities. Now I pray standing up. Yeah, ain't no more bleeding knees. Now I can see there's no more dark days. No more days of me being depressed. How? When the Most High said I was blessed. And still I rose and I continue to rise like the morning sun, just to wake me up from a slumber to face another day I know I can conquer. There's no more fears, no more sad tears, but joy when I cry out. And someone told me to try Yahweh, and I found out that he loved me. And he told me, you know why you rose? Because that was a flower of love and you was chose. So I paused for a second. I didn't want to question his authority. And he told me, I'm going to need more than your loyalty. I need you to build your integrity. Because there's going to be some days you're going to feel like I'm not there, but I still need to keep that same intensity, that same energy, that same love for me. So still I rose is more than a poem. It's my life. TK the poet, still I rose.
Nice.
Appreciate it, appreciate it,
Yeah,
appreciate it. Still I
get that
rose.
man, get that man
Look, let me go
uh,
ahead and find it real quick, man. Hold up,
yeah,
man. Let me give myself a little applause real quick, man. Hold
yeah,
up,
you got
man.
that guy.
Let me they just a little bit. Hey, man, give me some more. Come on, come on, come on. Give me some more applause. Yeah, okay, okay. We lit, we lit, we back lit, man.
I can
Yeah,
verify.
man. But that was still our rose, man. But alley poetry. I know you got some more poetry.
I do. I do. I have
Hey,
something
man.
else.
Look, let me go ahead and give you this in the stage and before you go ahead and rock out one time. Alley poetry. It's on you.
All right. This one's called You're All I Need to Get By. You and I, we ride or we die. It's always been you and I, side by side. How can I explain this? Loving like pure bliss, blessing your K Swiss. Kiss this wish list. You don't need no hit list. I'm all in this. No need to miss this. We depend this. We dependence. We up in this. Never end this. It's stupendous. Cause you're all I need. Our love takes roots, rocking knee high in your fila boots. We cross color lovers under the covers, love like no others. Shudders in those words uttered. Damn, my man, sexy black college alliance. It's all a science. Any way you slice it, you're the right fit because you're all I need. Non combustible like the fucking Huxtables. When I need to get by, fly high, level up, never less than the best. Me and you against the rest. Confessions of a housewife. Sometimes I won't act right and we gonna fight. Just tuck me in right at night and everything gonna be alright because you're all I need. Let me wipe your tears, ease those fears after all these years. Grind those gears, no smoke and mirrors. What you get is what you see, your rare delicacy. Hold you down, wear your crown, keep you spinning round. Just when you think you know me, I'll let you own me when you open sesame and play with that ooh wee. You have got to be, I mean, you have always got to be. But when you getting me, I feel you're getting me. I'm telling you, you're all I need. Do you hear me? The way you pluck my mind and always find some time for us. And us, I trust this notorious, glorious us. High marks playing card sharp, sweet as confection. This love connection. Give me 4 across. You're the boss and I'm your lady. Never trade me. Let's make a baby. This may be the best blessed precedented testament. This is my testimony, my only story, because you're all I need to get by. Man, I love you. No one above you, above us. And God, I trust He approved this lust, this love. You're all I need. I just need us. And that's Alley Poetry.
Fire, 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 man. You see the fire in the background. Look, turn it up one time, man. Man, look, the beginning of your wordplay was fire. The in and out, like that was fire. I love that, man. Look, that was fire. I appreciate that. The artistry, like that's one thing that I appreciate each and one of y'all. Y'all have artistry in your poetry. Each one of y'all are different, but the art, you can see the art form, you can hear the art form in your poetry. And and that's what separates a lot of poets is the art form that you put in there. The feeling, the vibe that you get off of. Everybody brings something different, but it's art. Shorty Rock, I know you got something explosive.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I'm gonna get Shorty Rock the center stage, and we're gonna rock out with Shorty Rock. Shorty Rock is on you.
All right. So, this is a a butchery that is going around that I'm still messing around with. That I'm. Okay. All right. Take that line out. All right. Let's see if this works out. Poet versus rapper. North, east, south, west. Paging Mr. West. Paging Mr. West. Paging Mr. O.B. West, twisting the cliche lines of roses are reds and violets aren't blue. Roses are now a cheap way to show love. Violets like this violet with a slip of an N become quite violent. Fun fact, violets are poisonous. It's dark and hell is hot. I have a day pass restraining order and I drive the bus into hell. I'm the reason hell freezes over. You can't control my voice. What's your major malfunction? Satiated appetite of being broken and damaged. Wanting to see the brilliant blue that flows through. Feeding this plague of a vice called a heart. Ending the damage done when you shattered me and it. In the words of pretty intellectual who said it best, that it's that learned helplessness that drives me out like the Sahara desert. Needing to fight, needing to breathe. That the burns of an asthma attack claiming to choke me out after you drowning in pain. The necessity to feel numb was a bastardized, adulterated oxygen deprivation, contamination, and tainted to the ephemeral. Breathe, for the love of God, just breathe. There are better things in life than poetry. So many things, so many thoughts, phantoms of grandeur dancing around with painted wings of things I could almost remember. My pen is perplexed. Contemplations of another life where diabolical thoughts are legal where every etch was signing your name on the line of a contract, dripping and saturating with the fibers of pages of the DNA of you, where civility can no longer tame, more savage like the wild, where the world should be happy. This life, I'm a poet and not a dinosaur, because you don't have a clue that I would enjoy biting your head off, ripping limb from limb and beating your spine into rubble, that I'm not an assassin, a hired maker of those who makes remembering the dead an easy chore, enjoys plotting your demise, no qualms about putting you in a ditch and helping to look for the remains, that meeting your maker isn't easy as two in the forehead and God sorts out the rest. My poetry saves you from the psychotic tendencies of strapping you to a chair, delivering a Colombian manicure, electrocution, lemon to the eyes, salting any wounds, and yelling, "Uno, repeat," because I'm bored and petty as hell. Did you know my dreams My pen dreams of being a schizophrenic with Tourette's, a psychopath with loose hands, that the only reason there isn't a lobotomy performed, a coat that zips up in the back, and a padded room where drool is a friend is because I'm a poet. It keeps me from wrapping my hands around your neck to see if I can make you my favorite shade of blue, saving you from sadistic ideas of torture where vile tools being impaled in various orifices just because you broke my heart, telling your blood to stop flowing, your lungs to stop beating. That's the frustration accompanied with my pen when the deafening silence was delivered. Constipation of the drip, the constant, the constipation of the constant drip of poetry that flows when out the side of my neck when I saw heaven's doors was sealed away. When you told me no, the force of the regurgitation of a shattered heart. When you told me no. Peace.
Shorty Rock. Look, with that, I had to close my eyes. I had to close my eyes. Because you were talking about some violating, like, you was talking, Shorty. You was talking. Like, and like, I had to really tune in to every word that you were saying. And you was talking. Look, you was talking. So what caused you to go off in that poem?
This is the madness of a pen that just went bonkers.
Okay. Look, because you
This is literally a piece I am working on, and this is the madness of my pen right now. This is literally what looks like what my pen is not done right. So
look, the content. It was just the content of your poetry. Like,
this is what looks like when a poem is not finished. So
look,
you guys got to see the madness.
look, that was fire, man. Poet with apology. Hey, it's on you, man. You know what you gotta do. You know, you gotta go ahead, get center stage, and show them people why you do not apologize. Let's go.
So this is called Postcards. My friend is a field of dreams filled with cheesy pickup lines, pickup trucks, rides, and bonfires. His heart is all heritage, no hate. I am his token black friend. He says I carry too much of the past with me. He tells me white people are tired of this and tired of having to prove they aren't racist. He then points to the ghettos, gang violence, and rap music. He says we aren't even helping ourselves. I ask him, when did he start to see me this way? He says, well, you're different. He has never felt the weight, pain, or struggle of walking around in dark skin. It's like playing Medal of Honor on hard mode all the time, but you only have one life, half the health, no armor, and honor is something you might not get even if you win. Today he is troubled. First thing he says to me, you know, my grandfather wasn't racist, but he lays down 4 postcards he found among his grandfather's treasures after he died. In protective sleeves like baseball cards, on each card is a collection of white men in Sunday best, button-up shirts, ties, creased slacks, standing around black men burnt and smoking. They're dangling like Christmas ornaments. Trees look so pretty when completely lit. But black men couldn't stay lit long enough to light a whole tree. They found themselves always replacing candles. I tell them about the first time I saw a noose for real and up close was 7th grade, how they told me it was a joke. A friend says he can't imagine that still happening, but Mississippi hung Frederick Carter in 2010, Lennon Lacey, North Carolina, 2014, Ben Kita, Washington, 2016, an 8-year-old was hung in New Hampshire in 2017. I tell him society may have given us the chance for equality, but intolerance has been passed down from father to son like my mother's recipes and your family cookbooks, but you choose to still serve Jim Crow at your dinner table. He seems to still struggle with connecting the dots from outright hatred to invisible bigotry, so I help him. He touching my foot, smiling. I'm hanging in postcard 1. He holding his father's hand. I'm fatherless. My dad is hanging in postcard 2. He gets to treat these postcards like baseball cards. I get to flip past missing photos and family albums because granddad was hung in postcard 3. He jokes among white friends. We have a black guy in our family tree. He's still hanging there. In postcard 4, I'm surrounded by a noose and boys who laugh and say they are just joking. He asked me what to do with his postcards. Keep them next to the photos of me the next time you need to say you have a black friend. Put them in your family album between your photos of your cousin's Bobby's dad who brags how he spit in Rosa Parks' face and today still holds public office. Why don't you Facebook it between your Colin Kaepernick comments and your Charlottesville silence? Why don't you show your children your collectibles? It's their heritage. Be proud of it.
Whew.
When I tell you, hold on. We gotta get this straight. Hold on, man. Get some more claps, man. Hold on. Get some more claps in this thing. That's a standing ovation. Like, you rather serve Jim Crow at your dinner table? Did you say that? I throw my pen at you, man.
Hmm.
Like, look, Purpose. Did you hear him? Did you hear him?
Can we run it back?
Look, I'm with you. Can we run it back?
That he's you're a writer.
Look,
Amazing.
look. Can you run it back? Look,
Y'all want to hear the whole poem again?
look, like run it back.
All right.
Rewind.
We will rewind. So,
From the top.
from the top. My friend is a field of dreams, filled with cheesy pickup lines, pickup truck rides, and bonfires. His heart is all heritage, no hate. I am his token black friend. He says I carry too much of the past with me. He tells me white people are tired of this and tired of having to prove they aren't racist. He then points to the ghettos, gang violence, and rap music. He says, we aren't even helping ourselves. I ask him, when did he start to see me this way? He says, well, you're different. He has never felt the weight, pain, or struggle of walking around in dark skin. It's like playing Medal of Honor on hard mode all the time, but you only have one life, half the health, no armor, and honor is something you might not get even if you win. Today he is troubled. First thing he says to me, you know my grandfather, he wasn't racist, but he lays down 4 postcards he found among his grandfather's treasures after he died. In protective sleeves like baseball cards, on each card is a collection of white men in Sunday best, button-up shirts, ties, creased slacks, standing around black men burnt and smoking. They're dangling like Christmas ornaments. Trees look so pretty when completely lit, but black men couldn't stay lit long enough to light a whole tree. They found themselves always replacing candles. I tell them about the first time I saw a noose for real and up close was 7th grade, how they told me it was a joke. My friend says he can't imagine that still happening. But Mississippi hung Frederick Carter in 2010, Lennon Lacey, North Carolina, 2014, Ben Keita, Washington, 2016, an 8-year-old was hung in New Hampshire, 2017. I tell him society may have given us the chance for equality, but intolerance has been passed down from father to son, like my mother's recipes in your family cookbooks, but you still choose to serve Jim's Crow at your dinner table. He seems to still struggle with connecting the dots from outright hatred to invisible bigotry, so I help him. He touching my foot, smiling. I'm hanging in postcard 1. He's holding his father's hand. I'm fatherless. My dad is hanging in postcard 2. He gets to treat these postcards like baseball cards. I get to flip past missing photos and family albums because granddad was hung in postcard 3. He jokes among white friends. We have a black guy in our family tree. He's still hanging there. In postcard 4, I'm surrounded by a noose and boys who laugh and joke in the 7th grade. He asked me what to do with his postcards. Keep them next to photos of me the next time you need to say you have a black friend. Why don't you put them in your family album between your photos of your cousin Bobby's dad who brags how he spit in Rosa Parks' face and today still holds public office? Why don't you Facebook it between your Colin Kaepernick comments and your Charlottesville silence? Why don't you show your children your collectibles? It's their heritage. Be proud of it.
Man, we have a black guy in our family tree, and he's talk to him. That's how you talk. Look, that would look. I learned some things that's why I'm saying like research is important. Like I didn't know in 2017 they were still hanging niggas. I didn't know in 2010 or 2012, 2015 they were still doing this.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Oh.
Like that poem was deep. Look, that yeah, that's one of the ones. That need to be on all major platforms. Everybody, people need to hear that, and that's why I'm saying, as poets, we have a very important job. Like people need to hear that. Millions of people need to hear that poem. You know what? We're gonna try to get it there, though, man. I ain't gonna hold you. We gonna get it there, man. We gonna get the multitude of people to hear that poem because you talking. What made you write that piece?
So that was a conversation I wish I'd had with my friend.
Mm.
But no, true story. Um, he found some lynching postcards uh, uh, in his grandfather's belongings, and he asked me what should he do with them. And we always had these conversations that went back and forth about uh, like he was always trying to give the past a pass.
Mm.
And and it was like, I think in some way he felt if I told him it was okay, then he would be okay.
Mm.
Uh, and I wasn't going to give him a pass.
Mm. Look, that look, those are that's one of the ones. Look, I'm glad that you said it twice. Like, cause it was a lot of things that I kind of missed in the first. When you say it again, I'm like, okay, I'm tuned in. I'm tuned in. Like that was fire, man. Look, that was fire. Purpose.
Hey yo.
Hey, you know what time it is, man. You go ahead and set the stage on fire one more time, man. Hey, you did it once, you did it twice. You had a standing ovation. People come out the back room and say, "No, she was fire." Hey, look, you got to give it to us one more time. It's on you.
Okay. Let's see. We just gonna abandon the black poems because he just did that. This poem is called Grief. In response to being asked to teach about grief, I tell them I'm a holy woman. A baby mama who still had to be a mama years after my baby daddy was murdered. A piece of me leaving when he left, even though we were estranged wholly. Raising holy children who weren't quite able to assemble all the parts of themselves due to his absence. Holy people romanticize my holiness like I was Ronnie and he came, the halo on their tongue, transitioning him from menace to society to angel just because he did. When they ask me to teach about grief, they want the pretty thing. A formula with stages as linear as time healing all wounds, want me to massage this hurt into a happy ending, but I'm holy, transparent. People ask for transparency, but can't handle being able to see through you. Because more than not knowing how to handle grief, they can't handle people who are grieving, especially if it lasts past a hot chicken dinner, and mine lasted for years. Saw them in my children's faces, in their confusion between Sky Daddy and their daddy in the sky, unable to comprehend death at their young ages. My next significant other had rages about a dead man's picture, but really he saw the holes in me and they mirrored his. Couldn't understand the holes getting bigger in the children because so much time had passed, and lo and behold, this time was supposed to heal these wounds. I remember resentment toward a dead man for missing his second child's birth and children's first steps, these holes in me getting bigger and bigger, and soon I didn't feel anger or sad or no kind of way, just numb. And ain't numb a better poison than pain sometimes? I don't want to feel nothing sometimes, especially at the yearly balloon releases or the years we skip. I don't wonder how many forget. I wonder how many are relieved we just didn't have it. I was haunted at the first child's graduation, his ghost waiting for her at the end of the stage. I clapped while wanting to doubting Thomas poke my finger in his bullet wounds when I packed her up for college. I thought he would be there, so I waited, but his ghost didn't show up, so I was alone, tired and infuriated all over again 17 years later at a dead person, because the middle child misses a father she never met, cries while wearing his face, being called by his name. That's some kind of a dead ringer, because my youngest, whose father is living, tries to understand, grieves a father, a man in active recovery from addiction, who grieves the loss of his family and himself to himself, an inception of holes, holy, because they don't have to die for you to grieve, because it's not just me grieving, because I couldn't be drunk like other folks at the repast, couldn't disappear in bottles and pills all these years, raising grieving holy children as a walking womb, becoming scab to hold my own shit together. These were the things that time was supposed to heal, but grief is not a wound, it is a roommate that I do time with, and every day I decide which one of us gonna eat, because ain't enough of me for both of us, and if I let it, it'd make me so holy, I'd end up in heaven. Grief would consume me till there were only bones left to bury, then find my children and finish the job. So I had no choice but to conquer. And the only way to conquer is to rise up with all my grief-bitten, hollowed holes, fill them up with gratitude, and keep on living.
Amen. Amen.
Fire.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Fire.
Amen.
Look,
Amen. Amen.
fire.
Amen. 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 Do that. Oh my God, that shit. My God.
That was fire. Those 5 calories, I say calories, the 5 categories that we have in our justice system. We changed one of the categories. We changed wittiness to impact, because we kind of figure wittiness and penmanship kind of go together. So we just tied that together, and we just created impact. So look, penmanship, fire. Impact, fire. Believability, fire. Substance, fire. Delivery, fire. What are we talking about? I'm gonna keep it $1 with you. I almost fell out my chair. I ain't gonna hold you. I was trying to sit up so fast, I almost fell out my chair. I'm like, you was going. You was going. Look, that was fire. Look, look, come on. Y'all come off of mute. Y'all gotta look. Give her her flowers.
God damn.
Look.
Hey,
Listen, I'm
Whew.
gonna have flowers. Fire, fire, fire.
hey,
I'm trying to figure out if
hey.
there's a stage left. So TK, we're gonna have to make sure the stage is made of titanium and stuff, because
Look.
apparently we gonna be burning that damn thing down several times over. We gonna have several fire extinguishers. We gonna have to make sure the sprinkler system is set up, because we plan on setting napalm to this shit several times over. Okay.
Look. What got into y'all
And
today?
we need to make sure our uniforms are fire retardant too.
Look. Look.
Yeah, we gonna have to make sure we got some fire gear on the side, because
Look.
we apparently
Look.
we gonna need to make sure a lot of fire crews are on the side, because we plan to set fire to a lot of shit.
Man, I can't wait to these matches. I got matches that I want to see. I got matches that I want to see. Style classes, style some of the look, it's gonna be amazing, man. Look, I can't wait. July 12th. July 12th, Portugal Life League. Y'all see it. Y'all know what it is. You see the jersey, Portugal Life League. We here, y'all, we here, man. Hey, we started something new, something great, something omnificent, something ain't never been done in poetry history. Look, we the league. We the league. Shout out to Portugal Life. But man, we got one more poet, man. One more poet, K Spaz, K Spaz, man. What's up with you, man?
What's the deal, man?
Look, man, I say the best for last, man. Man, look, man. Go
Oh,
ahead and spit that fire, man. Look, I know you got it, man.
man.
Look.
Don't
Hey,
do me like that.
poet without apology. He said he didn't hear you. Hey, he said he didn't hear you. Hey, we here. I'm gonna go ahead and give you center stage, man. Let you go ahead and rock out, man.
Uh, this y'all hot tonight. This piece title. Um, I'm still trying to. This title Sundown. Title that. Uh, I start off. It's a trigger piece, possibly. Start off with a piece of Strange Fruit, but here it is. Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree. And I'm afraid to remind my son that the sun activates the melanin in his skin and it makes him shine so bright that it infuriates people who look different from him. Let alone him being so intelligent would only heighten a threat that he doesn't even pose. But because strange fruit is popular, they'd love to have him hanging and displayed like a raisin in the sun. And many black people have already been laid in sunlight in sundown towns, and I refuse to hear that my son has been put down. The new lynching is now publicized for the world to see. It's black boys, girls, men, and women being slain in the street pavement, flirting with the sun heat, and builds a relationship with the melanin skin that it starts to melt, or their knees a noose making one with our necks, even though we say, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. They'll feel the fact that even though we are able to utter a word in distress, that it's progress from when they had knots around our neck. Son, your hands can be up as if you're reaching for God and they will still send you. Son, the sun is up in the daytime to shine bright on what the oppressors are pushing, and still somehow they say, I was blinded by the light. But look at Emmett Till. Just look at Emmett Till. Just look at. But look at Emmett Till. Just look at Emmett Till.
I think he got a call in the middle of his poem, y'all. But
Yeah,
hold on, man. Do
I
you
got
want
a
to finish
call.
that piece? Do you want to finish that piece?
Yeah, I do.
Look,
Yeah,
look,
I do. I'm gonna start. I'm
look.
gonna pick up where I left off.
No, start over. What are we talking about? No, start over, man.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me give you the center stage, man. Start over. We here.
All right. So as I had said, it's titled. I'm gonna title it Sundown. Yeah. Southern tree bear a strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree. And I'm afraid to remind my son that the sun activates the melanin in his skin, and it makes him shine so bright that it infuriates people who look different from him. Let alone him being so intelligent will only heighten the threat that he doesn't really even pose. But because strange fruit is popular, they'd love to have him hanging and beautifully displayed like a raisin in the sun. And many black people have already been laid in sunlight in sundown towns, but I refuse to hear that my son has been put down. The new lynching is now publicized for the world to see. It's black boys, girls, men, and women being slain in the streets, pavement, flirting with the sun. Heat builds a relationship with that melanin skin that it's melting. Their knees, a noose making war with our necks. And even though we say, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. They'll feel the fact that even though we're able to utter a word in distress, it's progress from when they had knots around our necks. Son, your hands can be up as if you're reaching for God and they will still send you. Son, the sun is up in the daytime to shine bright light on the bullshit that oppressors are pushing today, yet some people still get blinded by the light. But look at Emmett Till. I mean, just look at Emmett Till. Just look at Emmett until you can't anymore. My son, I can't imagine you being gunned down. And Pops was taught to not say what I can't do because that makes you not a man. But son, I cannot have you be the next victim of society's biggest gang in America, who serve us the coldest fighters injustice of the ones who protect their chests with Kevlar vests and bombard our beautifully black skin with raging bullets. Son, I have nightmares of myself running to a scene, hysterical, shattered, defeated, losing my mind and possibly all of my faith in God at the sight of my baby boy crucified in the streets, and I'm reaching out like, Kyson, no. Kyson, no. They done killed my boy. They done killed my boy. They say the devil come to kill, steal, and destroy, but he done took my joy. And they don't know I done came a long way, like we done ran from the south to the north with me, watching him growing, playing with his toys, just being that ass baby boy. I never would imagine my son be a Eric or a Floyd. And that type of shit is a black hole. Nothing that could fill that kind of void. So, son, I hold you and I scold you about the life that we go through, because I more than constantly cry to myself when I hear your grandfather whisper in my ear, like, I told you. So, son, I refuse to lose, so I'll mold you. I mold you into a man, sculpt your mind to be militant in a world so famine of it. Independence, I make your mind indestructible, a thinker for sure. And before you do anything, think thrice before you think that you are really sure, because there's no way that you, baby boy, will be the reason that my son is down. If they was to tell me that you were down to make me operate on moonlight. That's peace.
Fire. Fire. Let's give it up for him. Give it up.
Thank
Man,
y'all. Thank
look,
you.
look. Your delivery, your aura, just your oriented, your presence alone. Even through on this stream, you can feel your presence in that poem. Your
Thank
delivery, the tone, look. Poem without apology. Did you hear him?
I
Did
heard
you
him.
did you hear him?
I heard. I
Look,
heard.
this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be interesting. I can't wait. July 12th. July 12th. We in the building, man. Look, hey, look, we getting close to the end, man. Look, I appreciate all of y'all that came on this platform. I greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all taking the time out and come and look. Everybody know the Saturdays are the busiest, so we here and we trying to make it do what it do. But I I'm glad that you came on. Each one of y'all. Purpose, Poor Without Apology, Shorty Rock, Case Fast, Alley Poetry. I know she jumped out real quick, but man, shout out to her for coming on the platform. And each one of y'all, man, look, I want y'all to tell the people who you are and where y'all from. Hey, every weekend we here. Every weekend we here. We talking about poetry. We talk about real life. We just, hey, we need to tell the world more about poetry. That's the reason why I want to get a little bit started by poetry, because a lot of people are clueless to poetry. But poetry is a big world that's not be shining a light on. So right now it's time to shine that light. And all these poets, like each one of y'all are fire. Y'all produce nothing but fire tonight. Case Spaz, fire. Purpose, fire. Poet Without Apology, fire. Shorty Rock, fire. Alley Poetry, fire. TK the Poet, you alright. You cool. But you got a little work to do. But TK the Poet, you getting there. But man, I appreciate each and one of y'all, man. I'm gonna bring each one of y'all up, and y'all just tell the people who you are, where you're from, and we gonna kick it like that, man. Poet Without Apology, you up first, man. Tell the people who you are and where you from.
Well, without apology, I am in Ohio, Akron, Ohio.
Okay, that's Poet Without Apology. Shorty Rock, tell the people who you are and where you from.
I am Shorty Rock. I'm out of North Carolina. If you want to follow me, you can find me on Instagram at Poet Shorty Rock, on YouTube under the same tag, Facebook same tag. Obviously, you see my Cash App. Feel free to support a girl. I am trying to get published. Thank you.
That is Shorty Rock. Next we have Purpose, man. Tell the people who you are and where you from.
This is Purpose. I am from Kansas City, Missouri. You can follow me or find me either on all the platforms, either at Purpose Spoken or at Spoken Purpose. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever.
Man, that's Purpose. We have Case Spaz. Man, go ahead and spaz out, because you've been spazzing out, man. Go ahead and spaz out, man.
I'm Case Spaz. I'm from Chicago. If you want to follow me, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at _Case Spaz. That's KSPAZZ. And there's only one underscore. So.
Man, that's K-Spaz, man. You know, appreciate you coming on here, man. And y'all already know who I am, man. It's TK the Poet. You already know it. So you ain't got a quote, and if I spoke it, you already know what that mean. Y'all wrote it. Plus, it's Poetry Life League. Hey, y'all get ready for this. It's going to be exciting. We got 24 electrifying poets that's in here. They going to battle each other. 23 matches for a whole season. Then after the season, we're going to usher into the playoffs. The best 16 poets with the best record will go into the playoffs. Then at the end of the playoffs, here come the championship. The champion of Poetry Life. Who would that be? Who's going to be the last four there to stand on that stage and collect that $3,000? Man, who's going to be crowned champion of Poetry Life, man? It's going down July 12th. We here. Hey, look, I ain't got to say too much, man, but y'all already know what it is. It's TK the Poet. We out of here, man. Hey, follow us.
With you or with your not. Get the fucking whip with the pop. Your corn, I invest up in the stock. Left everybody went straight up to the top. Don't care like me or like me not. See the op spin the block. Ain't gon' stop till see them all drop. Grave your field, yeah, I see the plot. Grave your field, yeah, I see the plot. Ain't gon' stop till see them all drop. See the op spin the block. Don't care if you like me or like me not. Left everybody went straight up to the top. George Corn, I invest up in the stock. Get the fucking whip with the pop. Get the money with you or with your not.